That's right, guys. There's a new course in town up in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Towering Oaks. Coming in right by their new entrance. Off to the left, you see the base course here. There's some temp holes. They're still going to be tweaking it a little bit rough around the edges. The warning signs do not do it justice. Let's get into it. Hole 1 here. It's going to be right by the road as you come in. Yeah, par 3, 445. Let's get into the throws. Coming out cold, right out of the car. Absolute shank job. Not going to be showing every shot here. It's not about shooting a good score right now, just about highlighting this awesome up-and-coming course. Got upshot up in the bushes. Layup with a watt here. Tap out for the 4. Now comes the absolute beast going in the woods. I couldn't even see the fairway. Par 4, 535. Sharp left, cuts back to the right. Absolute beast here. I try to pierce it. Kicks off to the right. I'm just absolutely searching for a line. Try to get a forehand up in there. Just hoping and praying with the Captain's Raptor to get back into the fairway. That's gonna be a theme. Trying to get back in the fairway, fighting through trees. This is an absolute beast of a course. If I can only, there we go. Smack a tree, get back in the fairway a little bit. On to the next shot. Here we got back fairway to the left. I'm trying to go up and over. Thinking about a tomahawk with the Ringer Zone GT. Get off of that terrible idea. On to another one. Gonna go try to ante over the top of the trees with a hope and a prayer. Spoiler, that does not go very well. If I will ever make up my mind, we'll get this show on the road. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Gotta listen to the voices in your head. Alright, we might actually be shooting this time. Absolutely try to get it over. But as you'll see, we get stuck up in a tree right there. Got a poker down. Get back in. Still not back in the fairway yet. This is going to be an absolute theme. I love playing new courses. But oh my goodness, this warning sign did not do me justice. Back in the fairway finally for, I don't know, what is the 5th shot. Trying to work on my flake forehand approaches. Go both Banger and Ringer GT. Bit short on the Ringer. Tap in, next hole. Hole 3, par 3, 255. You got 2 or 3 different options here. I go for this left gap and actually pure it. End up still a bit short of the basket. It peels off a little bit to the left. An opening, again, way short. But got my gap, so I'm happy with that. Got a C2 putt for a birdie. A bit short on that with a PA3 there. Why not player 2? Miss with that. Tap in the par. Ecstatic to get some pars on this. This is hole 4, par 3. What is that? 310. Got some tight lines here. Try to go turnover with a Thunderbird. Did not go according to plan. Ended up puring it with a Jackalope on the left side. We're not counting that. Try to get an approach with the Buzz SS here. slide up nice and short again. Working on the C2 putts today. That might be C3. Just trying to get the stepper going. Good angle, just a bit to the right. Go straddle, whiff again, tap in for, I believe, was a 4. I believe that's bogey. All right, hole 5, par 3. Again, stay on the 10th hole, 323. Gotta love these T signs here. Going along the entry road to the right. The basket is on the left side. It kind of splits off into a fork. I turn over to the right too much, end up having a semi look at it. End up taking a second shot with a crave. One goes right, one goes left. You know the drill. Can't ever split it down the middle when you want to. Take off to my lie, thinking I'm actually going to have a chance at this putt. Oh well. Make some good content anyways. These baskets are absolutely gorgeous. If only I could hit some chains that make it even better. But your boy is getting there. Again, working on this stepper here. Trying to fight through some trees, under branches. Playing disc golf in the woods. We're just having some fun out here. Get to show off this new course. Hopefully they make a little bit of tweaks, make it somewhat scoreable. Just throwing all the discs, you know. Having some fun. Tap in for the 3. Got another par. Hole 8, par 3. Downhill a good bit. Tucked around to the right of that tree line. It's a pretty steep downhill putt going back towards tee, hole 1. And I get the turnover line right with the Buzz SS. It just keeps turning into the woods. But I end up shanking that so bad. I actually have a little bit of a look through the woods, but we'll get to that here in a second. Try another one with a crave. I end up throwing like 6 or 7 on this hole. Downhill shots are super fun, especially doing a new course blind. You just want to throw your whole bag on every hole. Try to figure out what you're doing. I probably shouldn't even leave this in here with this rhythm and this forehand. Just, yeah, you can see that.
Wow.
Absolute shank to the left. See what I grab out of the bag next. I think this is, yeah, Captain's Raptor, which I love for shaping forehands. It ends up not being too bad, a bit short on the angle there. I think I have one more here. I'm going to show throwing. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's not good, whatever that was. I think it was the Thunderbird again. Let's get down to the lie. Yeah, and I end up shanking it right enough that I have absolutely skinny gap, but a look. It spites through, and we have a putt. Save par. Thank goodness. Back into the woods, back into absolute tight lines. Hole 9, par 4, 440. About 250 straight, then bends to the right. Throw it fairly straight. Doesn't hook up quite enough. Tree kicks left. And we're scrambling back to the fairway here. Almost throwing backwards just to get to the corner of the fairway. And this is most of the course, just absolute wooded. With the leaves on the ground, it's tough to know where the fairways are. I'd love to see if they tweak this course, how they're going to improve this, but a ton of potential to be an absolute beast of a wooden technical course. I'm not sure if they're going to put it on the tour immediately or not. I'd love to see some pros attack it raw like this at the moment. It's going to be way better than your boy just out here chucking some discs. Go backhand line, forehand line. Forehand line ends up being the better option. Flick forehand, fluttering out. I think this goes a bit deep, but gets through. Got a putt, miss a putt. Player 2 cannot save the day. It's all right. Player 3, undefeated. Tapping out there for the bogey, which is, again, theme of this video. But I'm not ready for this course, playing wise, just getting out here to show y'all what it's all about. Hole 10, par 3. It says 390. Through the woods. Plays like 560. I'm trying to thread the needle here through this skinny gap. Actually pure it. Don't quite get enough height, but I'm just excited to get out of the woods. You got to turn over here, back into a little cove. About middle of the screen there. Basket way back in there. Try to forehand it with the banger, excuse me. Can't get the height right. Go Maverick. Just still working on my circle 3 putts here. Gonna give it a nice little floaty bid. There we go, nice hyzer. Really short. Tap in. Next hole was essentially teeing off underneath a tree. You got the POV here. Walking up. Gotta love when they just put the tee pads in some unique spots. Downhill. See, hole 11, par 3. I think this is 400 feet or so. Tucked in to the left. I absolutely shank it into that middle section of trees. Throw a couple more to know that there's a landing zone. Bit tucked off to the left, about 300 or so down there, behind that first left section of trees. That Thunderbird finds the edge of that section. Good to know for next time, obviously, not knowing it blind. Get down 2 pitch outs later for the bogey. Tap her in. Tap her twice for good measure. And on to the next hole we go. All right. Next hole is another temp hole, I believe, 12A. We get the T sign here, par 3. See, there we go. 12A par 3 temp hole, 330 to the basket. Nice little turnover. I hit the line with the rhythm, just not the height. Super happy with that. Try to give it a floaty bid with a watt here. Still working on the approaches, actually. Giving it. Been working on my forehands as well. With the zones all day. Those battle packs are absolutely awesome. Tell me in the comments below. Are you bang zone, ringer zone, all that good stuff. 12B. The absolute easiest hole, I think, on this property. I think it's about 260 up there. Uphill to the left. Got a few guardian trees. I just absolutely shank the hex to the right. Goes back in the woods. Trying to go POV style.
So close.
With the approach here. Trying to get foot fault after the second shot. Trying to save par. Here we go.
Oh.
Bang zone
Noted.
for the putt.
Banger GT all day.
Next hole, hole 13, par 3. See, 290. Straight shot down the hill. No will be on this hole yet, but absolute danger right and left. Get a pretty good shot, fades a little bit to the left with a hex. Try to go to bid with the banger GT. Fades out a bit early. And we apparently missed the tap out. Hole 14, par 5. An absolute beast. I think it was 560 or so. Plays like 800. Actually pure the tee shot with the rhythm until it goes right out of bounds into the woods we go. Roll out with the banger GT. Again, just throwing the zones all over the place today, having fun with it, not caring about score, thankfully. Just working my way down this absolute wooded hallway. This is the second curve, headed towards the basket. I still wasn't positive where the basket was at this point, until you see it there. Finally, this had to be shot 8 or 9, it felt like. Try to give it a bid. Tap her out for whatever bogey that is. On to the next hole. Hole 15, par 4, 450. In the woods, sharp left. Gotta love that tee sign there. Trying to do something with the Maverick. Ricochets to the left. I thought the hole was going that direction more. Still fought a good ways through. Took a little bit to find it. Got an upshot. Now I can actually see the basket. Tried to give it a bid with a Watt. Unsuccessful. Comebacker for the bogey. Actually make a putt, thank goodness. Hole 16, par 3. 255. Bends a bit to the left. Super tight. At this point, I was just poking and hoping and praying. And honestly, about done with the round. This course, eat your lunch for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Hit the band. Player 2 for the save. Oh my goodness, we're finally out of the woods. But by this point, hole 16B, par 3, 10th hole sadly, 340 uphill. My legs were so done. Try to get there with a light vision wave. Absolute shortness. Pitch up with the Watt. That's short as well. Tapping out for the par. Then we get after the fact. See that way up in the distance. Alright, time for the gully or valley shot. Hole 17, par 4, 685. Throwing over a canyon for the tee shot, which I absolutely pured. My best shot of the day by far with the beat-in G-Star Thunderbird. Absolutely love that disc. Actually, in the next coming up video, when we review the championship course, I actually left it on the course. I think it was hole 11 or 12. I couldn't remember. I would love to get it back, but I know it's probably not going to happen. Get up here with the approach up a bit to the left. Try to give it a bid. Downhill. Absolute death of a comebacker. Throw the Watt there again. Player 3 rejected by the little sapling there. Why not? Let's go Ringer GT. Give it a decent bid. Still a bit low. And that's what happens when you run the putt. You go under trees and have forehand putts to pitch out. We're just having fun at this point. Not giving a care in the world about the score. Absolute beast of a course out here at Jonesboro. We're just having fun. Disc golf is about having fun. Then you get to 18. Absolute gorgeous finishing hole. Par 3, 340, straight uphill. Plays like 600 to me. Light wave. Vision wave there. Absolutely shanking it in the ground.
See if we can hit the fairway.
Let's see, I believe I try a roller as well. I think that's the next. Yep. No. I may have just tried an air shot with the inertia. But that went a bit right as well. Let's see this next. There's the roller with the inertia. I think that previous one was the rhythm, trying to go air. Yeah, then try to go roller. Get it on too much angle, goes right. End up playing the wave. And go Buzz SS. Into the right Christmas trees. Of course. Mess up the absolute easy approach with the open. Banger GT off to the left. We're just throwing shots at this point, trying to see as much of this course as we can. It's an absolute beautiful day out there at Jonesboro. Off in the Christmas trees thrown out. Actually was able to get a half bid out there. And then we're going to tap out here. The bogey again. Just throwing all the putts. We need to practice putting. Y'all know it. We know it. That about wraps things up. No one wants to listen to all these fumbles and everything, so commentator Smurf is going to take back over. That wraps things up at Towering Oaks. It is an absolute beast of a course. Mostly wooded, very tight lines. Still a bit rough around the edges, but they've got a great potential for a very challenging course. Can't wait to see what they do with it. If you're out at Jonesboro, come check it out. Till next time, have a smart day.